people, Urson here. Welcome back to the channel. Arsenal win 3-0 in Czechia, humiliating Slavia Praha. Get in! Come on! 4 wins out of 4 in the Champions League. Now we can rest, watch these Champions League games, prepare for Sunderland amidst an injury crisis, and just try to enjoy the international break. We had no Gyökeres, no Martinelli, no Martin Odegaard, no Gabby Jesus, no Noni Madueke. A whole list of injuries. Zubamendi suspended, but we still pulled it out of the bag with a very convincing 3-0 win. Merino is inevitable. He is one of the most confusing footballers I've ever watched because of how good he is in front of goal. Arteta, where did you get this guy from? How does he bury nearly every chance he gets? He's not even a striker. How? I don't know. But yeah, 2 goals today for him. 2 good finishes at that, despite poor goalkeeping. Saka also got a goal. It was a handball in the build-up. It was a bit peak. Like 30 minutes in, Saka whips the ball in. Gabriel's in a tussle trying to win the header. It flicks off the Slavia player in his head and hits him in the arm. Penalty given. It's not a penalty in my eyes, in my rules of play, but letter of the law. The UEFA are very strict. It hits him in the arm. They'll give it a penalty. No matter if it's right next to him, if it's by accident or not, they just give it as a penalty. I've seen it many a times against Arsenal, for Arsenal in the Champions League games. They're being consistent with it. As much as people want to complain and be angry because it is Arsenal that scored and they're rivals of us, they're consistent with it against all the teams in the world. And look, I wouldn't want that to be given against us. I don't like the rule. It just is what it is. It's frustrating, but we have to deal with it. We have to deal with it. Do you get what I mean? But again, Arsenal were solid. Second half begins. We get the second goal. We put the game to bed. Trossard, lovely bit of hold-up play, crosses it in lovely for Merino, who flicks it in. It's an elite finish. It's a great finish. How does this guy play striker, score all those goals, yet be so average in terms of his hold-up play, passing, everything else? I just don't get it. But he's a good player. He's a good signing. There's a talent there. Like, he's got 99 shooting, but 0 everything else. It's so confusing. But look, we win again. And then we get the third goal. Declan Rice grabbed an assist. Lovely ball in. The goalkeeper is in no man's land. And Merino's not even looking at the goal. He's just headed it past him in the back of the net. 3 is the magic number. And we get the 3 points. 4 wins from 4. Again, another goal. We nearly conceded, guys. Another game where we conceded 0 goals, but we almost did. Ben White had come on off the bench. Gets the ball flat, kicks the ball out, but it's a high foot. The Slavia player makes a meal of it. He thinks he's been touched, but he's on the floor like a lost puppy, I'll be honest. Like, begging for the penalty, trying to get the penalty, no penalty given. It goes to thanks to VAR. And credit to UEFA, the way they've handled the situations in terms of refereeing. It's a lot better than the Premier League. I get the handball laws are very strict, and I don't like it, but I rather not like it and it be consistent than the Premier League make a meal of any handball, make one decision, and then go back on it the next day. So, yeah, like they've been consistent. They've been calm in the 4 games we've refereed. There's not been any issues. But I do think one of the Slavia players, Mboji, could have been sent off. He literally headbutts Gabriel right in front of the referee. And I think the referee shows a lot of empathy in understanding that the guy is just angry that they're losing. Even Saka's in having a conversation with him after the game. But that's it. Like a 3-0 win against Slavia amidst the injury issues. You know, it's very good going for Arteta. We could go a whole run of games without conceding up until the next international break. We've not conceded since the last international break when you actually deep it. We've not lost a game since August. We've not even drawn in the last 7, 8 games. We've won all of them. It's absolutely astounding how well we got. And that's why I believe in Arsenal so much more. Like, we could win a league title. We can win a Carabao Cup. Our next game is against Bayern Munich. They face PSG in a bit. I'm going to watch them, have a bit of analysis, another upload. But they're a class side. They got Harry Kane and Elise. So it's so important that Rice came out of that with an assist. Not from a set piece this time, which was very good to see. But he came out of the game without a yellow card. So I just hope he avoids injury, because then we can have him, Zubimendi, or one area, or an Eze in midfield, and that would be great. Look, I understand Havertz is nearer full fitness. Madueke ain't nearer full fitness. Erdegaard to return soon. The international break is coming at a very good time where we've had struggles. But Rice is the best midfielder in the Premier League right now. And he's so important that he's there and he's playing in these sort of games, because him and Zubimendi can dictate that game. You know, I'm absolutely buzzing, chat. Like, I'll be honest, it's been a struggle the past few days. Mentally, I've not been there. I've been trying to create as enough content as possible, but I've lost my TikTok account. It got banned. I made a video about it just earlier during the stream. So it's nice for the people that have commented, you know, in the stream to show some love, because they've come from TikTok. Hopefully I get my account back. I've reached out to a few people. Look, it was my fault with copyright. You can't film Premier League or Champions League footage during the game. It is a no-no. Even if it's a split second, they are very strict on that, and they will report you. And they will argue it loses their money, but because it should be on their account, so they should be uploading it. But the Premier League could easily ask content creators to promote their content with that, but it just is what it is. UEFA, they could follow suit, they don't, but it is what it is. As you can see there, that was the starting lineup in the last game today. If I was to do a player ratings, as I bring this graphic up, I've accidentally taken it down, but I think my man in the match, I mean, there's so much to talk about that I haven't spoken about. Harry Menelous, Max Dowman come off the bench for their Champions League debuts. Dowman, the youngest player to ever play in the Champions League now. Wow. Before you know it, he's going to be making the England squad. Could you imagine that? And you know what? I see this. When he came on, he didn't replace Saka. Saka went left wing. Crazy. But like, looking at the game, Arteta done well with the rotation, I think. You know, he brought off Timber. He brought off Hincapié. For White and Lewis Skelly. Lewis Skelly still got minutes as well. It's important to know that he's still young, still growing as a footballer, even though he's the present in this side. But that's what we're going to need. We're going to need all of these players to come up and play well. Trossard, he's been playing in almost every game. His minutes need rotation. He's going to be playing for Belgium as well. We're going to try and rely on him not to get injured. So it's difficult. Rice also came off as well, which was important. I'm trying to work out who also came off. Yeah, one area for Eze, that's it. Eze, I didn't see much of him. He was a bit quiet. But Dowman showed glimpses of what he could do. His close control, his willingness to take on players, his 1v1 dribbling. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. The guy's very talented. But there's a lot of things to work on with Dowman. You know, he needs to get a burst of pace. He needs to build up his strength. He needs to just make the better decisions. But at the end of the day, the guy's 9 years younger than me. So if I'm going to be angry at him, it's probably just out of jealousy, because I'm not playing for Arsenal and he is, you know, and he's got all that talent. But it's important we showed him the class and the respect, and we don't overrate this player and give him so much pressure to the point where if he doesn't do well, he can end up like an Emil Smith where he leaves for another Premier League side, or end up like a Theo Walcott where he's constantly injured. He doesn't realise his full potential, stays at Arsenal for far too long, or he ends up like a Reece Nelson where he's constantly on loan, struggling for game time. So it's important that we manage him really diligently, really well. He could become the next Saka. He could become the next top thing from the youth academy that we've seen at Hale End. We just got to wait and see. There's a lot of players that have come in, burst on like 16, 17, like Bolton, for example, that you don't hear from. So we got to keep calm on Dalman. Nice to see Harry and Anus get minutes as well. Done all right. He's more of a striker than Merino. Does he start against Sunderland? Let me know. I think we're going to go with Merino up top. It's just necessary, isn't it? It's just a necessary thing we've got to do. We can't really rotate as much as we want because of the injury issues, but we're still winning. If you had told me we would win every game after the international break, I'd be very happy. I'd have taken it. So, win, lose or draw, I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to try to be as grateful as we can if we, for the game against Sunderland, but a chance to win, a chance to make history, to go a whole month, a whole break without not conceding from the past 2 international breaks. You know, it's crazy. It's actually crazy to think that our defence is that good. Saliba, Gabriel, reliable. Timber, reliable. Incapia, reliable. Raya, top goalkeeper. Norgard, decent performance from him as well. Showed reliability. Despite lacking the mobility, he was reliable today. Rice was class. Everybody was class. And we've been hard done by in certain games. We've been hard done by with the fixture schedules, with the injuries. Maybe it is Arteta's issues, but Arsenal win 3-0 in Slavia. We take those. Big game against Sunderland, a reunion of Granit Xhaka will follow. Then it's the international break. Hopefully everybody is fit. Look, 960 subscribers, guys. Thank you. We're 40 off 1k. It means a lot to me. Have a great evening. Enjoy the PSG Bayern Munich games, chat. In a bit, people. In a bit. I'm out. Come on.